Joining us now to discuss how that hostage deal came together is retired Major General David Harris. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Robin, Larry.
So let's talk about the key players. We know that the U.S. was putting on pressure to put a pause in this fighting to deal with the hostages, also internally, and talk about the other countries that were involved.
Well, there were a number, and the heaviest pressure came from the U.S. and other allies of Israel. However, the Qataris are big funders of Hamas. So the Qatari leadership played a real key role here because the U.S. was dealing directly with the Qataris. They don't have direct communication with Hamas. So there was a sort of a three-way participation, and the Qataris were real key to making this happen.
I can't imagine 4 or 5 days is going to impact Israel's military, but does that give Hamas an opportunity to really reorganize and regenerate?
No question about it. There was clearly political pressure to make this deal or make some deal happen. However, I have to believe that the Israeli military has a real sense of unease. A lot can be done in 4 days by way of rearming, restocking, preparing improvised explosive devices, setting booby traps, reconnoitering where the Israeli military have their forces, so where best to attack them. That's got to be a sense of unease among the Israeli military, but the elimination or the determination to eliminate Hamas certainly is not ended by this ceasefire.
Let's talk about the exchange. Only 50 of the hostages and maybe groups of 10 after that. Talk about the plan, and there also a plan to release about 150 Palestinian prisoners as part of the deal.
That's what I understand from open source intelligence. As you say, 50 hostages will be released for 4 days, and then if an additional 10 hostages are released, there will be a 1-day extension to the pause. But we still don't know what the condition of any of those hostages are, let alone the remaining roughly 200 that are not going to be released. Hamas is not providing any information whatsoever, whereas Israel, of course, allows humanitarian visits to the Palestinian prisoners that they have. So the real question here as to where those other hostages are and what their condition is.
Different day, same question, General Harris. We've seen the U.S. attacking Iranian proxies in other countries. What determines whether this shifts into a wider war?
I think at this point, we haven't seen any indication that it shifts into a wider war. The U.S. has sent very strong messages, especially in the last day, with its attack or retaliation against the attack on Al-Assad Air Base by way of an AC gunship immediately responding, and then 24 hours later, F-15s attacking command and control centers south of Baghdad in Iraq. So we are sending strong messages that any attack on our forces will be met with force and retaliation. And Iran has not indicated a willingness to get into this openly, so they're just using their proxies right now.
All right, General Harris, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Certainly.